Good evening, Malaysia and followers around the world. Tonight we have a very special guest. He is no stranger to all of us who love Nasi Kandar. We have with us Burhan Mohamed, who is more popularly known as Kayu. He is the owner of the original Penang Kayu Nasi Kandar. You see the word original, okay? No imitation. And that Kayu is known for quality food and for his impeccable reputation. He has 9 branches, if I'm not wrong.
12.
12 branches, sorry, 12
Yeah.
branches. And that he is the owner, and he has got plenty of stories to share with us. While many of us may have heard of him, we have seen him occasionally at his restaurant talking to customers. But tonight we will hear from him personally about his journey from being a small store owner to be the king of Nasi Kandar. And I will tell you why he deserves the title. As someone who loves Nasi Kandar, I'm from Penang, Burhan, you know that, right? Some of us have our preferences because food is subjective. Nasi Kandar in Penang, for example, I go to Hamidia or I go to the Kampung Melayu flats where I stay nearby. But if I'm in PJ or in Kuala Lumpur, it must be Kayu Nasi Kandar. So tonight, Burhan, please share with us how your journey started in this Nasi Kandar business.
Okay, thank you for giving me the opportunity to talk to the Dato Sri. Okay, first, my father was started in 1974 in Chinese restaurant they call Chow Yang. It's a very famous restaurant. So the time we have one stall with the 4 staff, and it's a very busy outlets, and you know the table is limited. So whenever customer want to sit, the table was full by the plates. They call me, Nasi, come take the plates. Nasi, they call Nasi Kandar. But we don't go because we are very busy. Suddenly when they call Kayu, you know what I done? Quickly run and take the plates. If I didn't run, they throw away the plates to the drain or dustbin. So that's right. Whenever they call Kayu, I run quickly. So the name come to the standard of Kayu. Yeah.
Chow Yang is the used to be located behind your present SS2 outlet, right?
Yes. So the time my father have outlets in the behind the current outlets.
So what is the difference now that being the tauke of Nasi Kandar all over the place, and from being a small stallholder where you had to personally serve, and now that you have so many outlets?
Actually, I enjoy the stall life because only I work for 5 hours, 6 hours. Now I have to work around 18 hours or 15 hours per day, and a lot of work I have to do. Last time you just come and do your work and cash out and go back home. But now I have to come to the office. I have to go to the outlets. I have to check out the quality and everything. It's more headache. No, say headache. I really enjoy my work, but it's more response to take care of the outlets.
So from 4 staff, how many staff do we have now?
Now we have around 300 over staff.
Okay.
Yes.
And that previously, now I'm sure you have a central kitchen where you have to prepare the food for all your branches? Is that
every
how it works?
Yeah, every outlets we have a kitchen, but the main cooking we do in our central kitchen in SS2. Then we send to our outlets.
Correct.
Yeah.
How I've always wondered, how do you estimate how many fish you must buy, how many sotong you must buy, how many fish head you must buy? How do you calculate and centralize all these operations in the chain system?
Like because I'm in this line for so long, even I can tell, okay, today my sales be like that. I can estimate because my main business is this. So like purchasing, we do every day, but we know the sales, like, okay, Saturday, Sunday be very busy, so we buy more. And Thursday we cook less because of Pasar Malam, the business is affected. So we know the method of the business. Yeah.
How do you maintain the quality that it tastes the same? Like for example, those who do this franchise business, they have the method of ensuring that every outlet the preparation and the taste are all the same. How do you do that for Kayu Nasi Kandar?
Because my cooks all is a well trained and they follow the standard of the quality and everything we maintain. So even the fish jump up like a normal price was like a 20 plus, now come to like a 38, 40. So my supplier said, boss, I can change to frozen one or not? It's more cheaper. I said, no, I don't compromise for the quality. Even 40 ringgit, I still buy the fresh one. So that's why I can maintain the quality.
You know that in terms of the kind of food that is served, what would you consider to be the most expensive and difficult to get now? If I'm correct, is it sotong? Is it hard to get?
My supplier is the same supplier. So I don't know how they get it. Anyhow, they give me the quality. Sometimes I ask my friend who go to the Selayang market, they said no sotong. But my supplier still supply the quality sotong to me.
So this is the same suppliers for all the years until now?
Yes.
I see.
It's a second generation doing now.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm curious as somebody who loves Nasi Kandar, and I'm sure a lot of people who follow us tonight are connoisseur of Nasi Kandar.
Okay.
Coming from Penang, we have this ikan bawal hitam for fish. But over here in KL, they don't use ikan bawal hitam. Why is that?
Maybe because of the pieces, we can make a more profit in the tingri. Because in bawal hitam, you cannot get a very big fish. So the pieces is very limited. And tingri, we can get more pieces. So that's right. We use, I think in Kuala Lumpur, most of them, they're using a tingri.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
but
very
in Penang
rare.
outlet, we don't use tingri. We use a bawal hitam.
Correct, yes. Now, you know that you have 300 staff. I'm sure that the majority of them are from India, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Now, obviously that although they are from India, they may not have heard of Nasi Kandar, nor have they tasted Nasi Kandar before. And obviously, for sure, they have never tasted mee goreng because yellow noodles do not exist in India. So when they come here to Malaysia, what's their first reaction when they taste or tried Nasi Kandar? What's their reaction?
Because for the staff, we do the staff meal.
Okay.
They don't go for restaurant and have a Nasi Kandar because we cook for their taste like a rasam, like we follow the Indian style. We cook for them.
But do they have a chance to like try out some of your food so they know exactly what it's like?
Of course, they know.
Okay. So now back to the same question. You see, if they have never tried the mee goreng before in their entire lives, are they frying this mee goreng? How do they know that the quality is there?
Because when they first time come, we teach them.
Okay.
So they follow the style of cooking and everything. That's right.
Now, I want to ask you about the quality of cleanliness and how do you maintain and ensure that the standards are maintained? Okay, you know that mamak stores always get bad reputation every time there's a cleanliness check by the enforcement officers. In your case, how do you ensure that, look, none of them do not mess around, they make sure that you keep an eye and that the quality, it must be clean and there's no rats running around like in some Nasi Kandar stores where it tastes very good, but under your chair they have a lot of rats.
No, because when I was small, I was in the Chaoyang. The Chaoyang boss is very, I grow with the Chinese. Sometimes my friend said, oh, only your skin is an Indian skin, but the blood is a Chinaman blood. Okay, so the Chaoyang boss is scold me in the bad words if very dirty. So from small, I grow the way. I can say he's my sifu.
I see, okay.
Because today I maintain the hygiene and everything because I learned from him. Little bit dirty, in Teochew, he scold me like all the bad words.
So you know all these Teochew dirty words now?
Oh, of course I know. Yes, so that's right, I can maintain. I have to say thank you to him. Today I'm good because of him. I never forget him. Yes.
Okay. Now, okay, I have another question. I mean that you're the second generation of Nasi Kandar seller, right?
Yes.
Okay. So the first generation will be your father who operated in Penang.
Yes. He was a cook in the Dawood.
Okay. Oh,
Then,
Dawood. Okay.
yes.
All right.
Then after that, he was working with father-in-law's father-in-law in
Mhm.
Simpanganam, next to
Okay.
Craven Cafe.
Oh, okay. The famous Craven A.
Next to the Craven Cafe. So
Okay.
opposite the masjid in McLeister Road.
Mm-hmm.
Then after that, in 60s, he buy the three roda,
Mm.
mee goreng stall and come to Kuala Lumpur. Then he
Mm-hmm.
sell to house to house.
Mm-hmm.
Then he opened a teh tarik stall. Then in 1972, we was in Seaview Restaurant in
I see.
Paramount Garden.
Oh,
The
okay.
time my job is wash plate,
Mm.
cleaning the sotong, cut the onion and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Then when 74, when the Chaoyang was started, so my father came to Chaoyang.
I see. So
Yeah.
how did you learn to cook the way that your father has taught you?
Because we are from the small together, you see.
Mm-hmm.
We said it's not learn, it's automatically come up in
Mm-hmm.
the way of we are under him. It's automatically come. Like we have somebody come like a VIPs, particular, he asked me to do the mee goreng.
Mm-hmm.
So I have to do. Then only he enjoyed the mee goreng. Yeah.
I've noticed that at your outlet in SS2,
Yeah.
there are always a regular VVIP, not just VIP, but VVIP, including royalties, top government officials, ministers who come regularly to your place. And when they come to your place, I noticed they're actually very down to earth. They actually dress very
Oh,
simply.
very
Yeah,
normal. No escort,
yeah.
So we have to be, sometimes I see the customer, I have to call the police to escort. I mean, not say escort, just,
Mm-hmm.
they ronda the surrounding. I don't want anything happen. So they do that. So I have to say thank you to the PDRM also,
Mm-hmm.
because whenever we call, they really support us and everything. Because they don't inform us earlier, we are coming. But when we see them, we have to protect. Don't any incidents happen. Yeah.
I must share with you an interesting story. Once you introduced to me a customer who was sitting with his family of 9 person with just any other customers in your outlet in SS2, and then you introduced to me this person by the name of Arif. I heard Arif, but actually you were trying to tell me young Arif, a very
Yeah.
famous judge. And for a while I thought his name was just Arif, so I said, yeah, hi Arif.
No, because he was my former, he's a High Court judge. So we have to call Young Arif.
Yes, correct.
So that's right. Because I'm only go to remove school and I don't know how to read English. Even last time I asked my daughter to text me, then only I forward to other people. At least now in the
Okay.
iPhone, you text the words coming out, so it's more easier for me to do.
You speak very good English, and that you are able to actually express yourself very well in your text. How did you learn English? I mean that you say you were not very good, but you sounds very good actually.
For me, I don't think so, because I mix around. I learn from my experience. It's not when I come up from the school, because I went to the Tamil school.
Oh, I
So
see.
that's right. I go to remove.
Okay.
So after remove few months, I got a PhD. So so I learned. Then I got a difficulty to read the very hard sentence.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So did you read the newspapers, read books to improve your level of English?
Every morning, my first job, have to go outside, get my newspaper, got Tamil newspaper and the Star.
Okay.
So I must read first, then only I can see the day start. If I didn't see the paper, no say I want to do, I must read the paper early morning. If no means, sometimes the paperman was late, I go to my shop, we selling the newspaper, I go through. Then every Saturday I see the age. Yeah.
Okay, this Burhan, I find this very interesting. You started from the bottom as a stallholder. You were serving nasi kandar and everything. now that it is a business establishment with so many branches, obviously you will need to know how to do accounting, how to operations. You have to building things like what they call it, operation expenses, revenue, profits, expansion plans, salaries for workers. You have to do all this. So how did you manage or force yourself to learn all these skills as a manager and as an entrepreneur? Now you're an entrepreneur.
Okay, now because around 22 years back, we split, myself and my brother. My knowledge was zero because I'm the one dishing up, I'm the one working the stall in SS2. So I have a friend, a lawyer. They create a one group, auditors, lawyers, accountant, and tax agent. My tax agent is Deloitte, using the international brand tax agent. They charge high, but they told me, you pay well, you sleep well.
Yes.
So I have a very good team. So they really are monitoring me, and they advise me, and I have a good staff team, you know. So, but I really very proud about myself because I can do this. Because I only study remote. I got around 300 workers. I can employ Deloitte to take care of my accounts and everything. I don't think that so many restaurant people employ Deloitte. So I'm very proud.
So in terms of costing and expenses, which one is the most highest?
I mean, because
meaning
like
okay, some companies, of course, wages is the most expensive item for them. For them, some of them is, of course, supplies for food, supplies, that kind of thing. So for your Kayu Nasi Kandar, most of the expenses goes to where?
Because only the cooking items, like what we do, my kitchen is open 24 hours. So whenever they finish, they cook, keeping cooking, we maintain the freshness and everything. Then the wastage also less. Okay, finish, we cook. Finish, we cook. So we don't cook too much and don't waste too much. Only
so your kitchen, does it operate 24 hours or is there a particular time?
No, because we have two set of cooks. So they work 12 hours, then they continue another group. So it's 24 hours is a standby.
Oh, so it's 12 hours per shift, 12 hours per shift for the cooking?
Yes.
Okay, to keep it fresh?
Yes.
Okay. So, okay, what is the busiest time since this operation is really almost around the clock? What is always the busiest time for you?
Busiest times in the morning, because every morning I go to the outlets, everything. So by 11:30 I come back to my office. So at least I spend around 2 hours in the office. Then I go back to the shop. So I'll be sitting in the shop, you know, chit-chat with my customers, and yeah. Then around 2:30, 3 o'clock I go back home, have a lunch and sleep. Then evening I come back again to work until 12, 1 o'clock. Yeah.
In PJ and Kuala Lumpur, most of the people who go to your shops, they probably have this, what do you call it, roti canai for breakfast. This is unlike the people from Penang who have nasi kandar at 6 o'clock in the morning. There's obviously a difference. Would I be correct to say that in terms of profit margin for roti canai is actually very thin? Okay, is that correct?
Yeah, it's true, because say like we sell one roti canai, like some people sell 120, 130, 150, depends on the location because of the rental and everything. For one roti canai, they ask for fish curry, they ask for dal curry, and they ask for sambal. Okay, so the profit is very little because of the volume. We can cover the expenses and everything. And this is a support for our, like sometimes they ask for chicken curry, mutton curry, you know, that's a support so we can make some money there. Actually, roti canai, if we count individually, we are losing.
I see, okay.
Yeah.
So it's actually the proper serving of a nasi kandar meal with rice and all the dishes and allowed. That will be the one that will sustain your business and make it profitable, right?
Yes. No, roti canai is make a profit, but the volume is be very high.
Okay, all right.
Then only we can make money. If you go like an individual, it's losing. Yes.
Burhan, you know that many of us always ask this question, okay? We say that teh tarik satu, kurang manis. But the guy will serve you with your teh tarik and it's still very manis. Why does this happen?
Because of the condensed milk.
Huh.
The condensed milk is very high sugar. So the guy just, if you want no sugar, no sweet, you better order tasty, kosong. So because if they didn't put the proper tea, the condensed milk is very high sugar. Yeah, that's right. The tea is a sweet. So if they use less condensed milk, the tea is not nice. So you better order tasty kosong. So they use a carnation. Carnation, the no sugar milk. Yes.
Your father started in Penang, and that as someone who starts his Nasi Kandar business in Penang, and of course when people talk about Nasi Kandar, they only think of Penang. Many of us from Penang who have settled down in Klang Valley, we have always asked, why is it that the taste between the Nasi Kandar in Penang and Klang Valley is different? Is it because of the water quality or what? You're an expert and your father started from Penang. Maybe you can share with us why there's a difference in taste.
I can say it's because of the water. Because of small things also change a lot of the taste. So I think it's because of water. Other than that, we use the same quality of the materials. Everything is the same. But the taste is definitely run out. And even you go to Penang, the food is no nice, you have to say nice because it's famous for the food in Penang. Oh, I go and eat there, it's nice. It's already a natural. People, like my shop in like a holiday hall, we can see a lot of outstation people come to queue and for the food and everything. And sometimes my friend go there, they call me, hey brother, no place to sit, can get for me a table or not? I have to call the manager, make a special arrangement for them and that kind of things. I got a very good experience. I went with my friends. I waited for 25 minutes to get a table. Even I'm a boss, but I cannot get a table for me. So because we have to give a first choice who come first. So I waited for 25 minutes to get a table. Yes.
Burhan, you have cooked in Melbourne before for former Prime Minister Tun Abdullah Badawi, and that you have shared with me that the quality of cooking was very good in Melbourne because the meat,
the ingredients,
Yes. Can you share with us why it was like, because we're talking about the differences of taste in Penang and in KL, and of course what it was like to cook in Melbourne.
Like a lamb, like a mutton. They are very fresh. Like here, we are imported from Australia. So the timing and everything, the juice of the meat is already sucked by the freezer and everything. Like local mutton is the good quality one is selling around 70 ringgit. We have a customer. Okay, they said, okay, Burhan, you cater for 30 people or 100 people, and we want we have a VVIP's customer. They don't ask for the bill. We give the first quality, so we give the freshness. If we sell in the shop, the price is very high. Even we increase 10 cents, they just text to the KPD. Next day the KPD come 10 people. They check why you sell 10 cents extra. So we have to think everything. So like I said, you want a first class meal. Okay, we can serve a first class meal. We supply to the airlines last time. Even now we still supply for private jets. So we give the kind of a quality. If we sell in the same quality in the shop, customer complaining. If the customer like a VVIP coming, they said, okay, we are coming for 20 people, you can cook like that. Yeah, we cook. They don't care about the price. So we don't mind buy even a 200 ringgit 1 kilo. We can cook a Wagyu beef. No problem. But they're willing to pay or not. That's the problem with the street.
That's it.
Yeah.
So, Burhan, when you started your business at Chaoyang years ago, did you ever imagine that one day your Nasi Kandar will be ordered by VVIP on their private jets when they fly off from Malaysia?
I never think about that. This one is a God bless and the customer supports. Yeah, that's right, we can make it. And they trust my brand, the original Kayu brand.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
And that you're a second generation Nasi Kandar family business. Is your son joining you in your business?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He really interested to take care of the business.
Mm-hmm.
So now I train him. He will study business, but natural study is different.
Mm-hmm.
So we go to the field, to the ground, mix around with the staff. They know the problem. So he never come to the office, very seldom.
Okay.
So he go around. He also working around 12, 13 hours per day.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So that is there an off day at all for you? Because I noticed that you are there in your shop on Sunday, Saturday night you are there. Almost every day I see you there. So do you actually take a rest?
I can tell you honestly, I never take a rest.
Mm-hmm.
I give sometimes I go and visit my daughter. That's the time I take a rest. Even that also I go for 3 days. Sometimes I go in the morning, 2 days time, then I come back. Because she also cannot take a too many off day. Yeah.
So out of curiosity, what kind of food do you eat at home? I don't think it's Nasi Kandar, right?
Of course not. Because because every day, almost 46, 47 years, I see the same food. So even I don't mind and go back, I have a fried egg with the ketchup also, I'm happy.
I see.
So because every day I see the curry and everything, sometimes my wife is a very good cook. She cook rasam, whatever my favorite, like fish. I like a fish, seafood. So she cook, I like the small fish, anak ikan, rasam, and sometimes prawns, sometimes I don't really like a meat. I like a fish a lot.
No Nasi Kandar at home, no way.
No way. So you want to eat Nasi Kandar, eat in the shop, it's better.
So is it at your home? Is it Malay cooking or is it Indian cooking?
We cook Indian Muslim cooking.
Okay.
Yeah, fish curry with the vegetable, rasam, dal. Sometimes I like my own way of nasi goreng. Sometimes I feel only eat nasi goreng, I fry myself at home. So she prepare everything, I go just fry and I eat. Yes.
So Burhan, when you are not at home, which restaurants do you go to? What kind of food?
I normally only breakfast eat outside.
Okay.
Okay. Sometimes I like nasi lemak. Sometimes I eat my shop. Sometimes I just eat a bread or just take 2 bananas. You can see me. I always, people think, wow, I'm so fat. This one, I maintain. I don't really like eat too much. So simple food. Then lunch, I go back home, eat and sleep for 2 hours in the afternoon. I was doing this one almost 40 years. And dinner, I go back home, eat. I go back around 11, 12. I eat normally my dinner around 11, 12 o'clock.
Dinner at 11 o'clock?
Yeah. After I finish work, I go back. Yeah, normally I do that. It's already, and then I don't take a rice night time. I just I just take something like a bread or noodles and whatever the curry left in the afternoon. So I take a roti canai from the shop. Then I go and eat. I eat very simple food the night time. Yes.
I see. Okay. So you actually you're not very particular about the kind of food that you're eating. You eat very simple food.
Oh yes, because I like a simple food.
Now, before we wrap up this session, just want to ask you. So I know that you really work around the clock. It's more than 365 days a year. I think you work 400 days a year. So, but when the chance arises, you go on a holiday to see your daughter in Europe. So are there any particular destinations that you like in Europe?
I like London.
Okay.
Yeah, because I really can enjoy the food there because of variety of the food is there. A lot of choices. Yeah.
Why do you want to go to London? It's a second home for many Malaysians. You bump into them. Malaysians go to London to eat nasi kandar and nasi lemak when they have it at home.
Because you see, like if you go London, I think I can, because they provided the breakfast in the hotel. So maybe 1 day, 2 days I can eat the bread. Third day, I go to Malaysia Hall, have my nasi lemak and a mihun goreng, and the kuih and kena teh tarik.
So then you're true Malaysian, you cannot run away.
I cannot.
Okay, Burhan, I need to ask you this question before we end this session. Now,
Okay.
you know, this many young people, they feel that, look, it looks very trendy, it looks very good to open a restaurant. It can be an Italian restaurant or a French restaurant or this hipster cafe. They serve very expensive coffee, sandwich, and it feels glamorous to own a restaurant. Many of them, of course, cannot cook, and many of them have never become a waiter in their entire life, but they
Okay.
use Papa's money to open restaurants. What is your advice to young people who feels that, look, it's good to open restaurants?
Okay. First, you have to be very generous. Your hygiene, your trust, your promise, your words is very important. That's why I always say, keep your promise, keep your words. If you promise, you do it, and maintain the hygiene. Quality is very important. Yeah.
But one more thing, I've heard from people who own restaurants, if you do not know how to cook, if you do not know how to control the supply in the kitchen, then you're shortchanged by the chef because that the food that they order and the food that they actually ask you to pay is actually been taken away by them. How do you control to make sure that the actual amount of quality of fish is actually sent to your kitchen?
Okay, my team is very good. Okay, even I have one issue I just remember. On Chinese New Year, this one of the supplier give an ampao to my staff. So I told him he cannot take the ampao. He said, why? He said he's got the right to take the ampao. I said, yes, you got the right to take out the ampao, but tomorrow the 10 kilo fish can be 20 kilo fish. So the money, because of the 50 ringgit, I can lose 1,000. So it's strictly ordered to my suppliers. Even on a toothpick also, you cannot give to my staff. If I found out, I stop you, then you are the loser. And the same things I tell the staff. If I know you have taken anything, immediately I send you back. Oh, you better resign.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have to be very strict because our purchasing is very heavy.
Yes.
I cannot control everything. So the staff trust is very important.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So thank you, Burhan, for spending time with us. I know that you can't wait to rush back to your outlet to make sure that things are in order. This is the peak period now. Thank you for coming on board to share with us. We really appreciate it. To follow us, please don't forget to like, follow, and share RealChunWai on Facebook every Wednesday and Friday. Thank you very much. Good night, Burhan. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sri. It's a pleasure. Bye.